Okay, please say with me. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, let's begin our Dhamma discussion on Satipaṭṭhāna Sutta. We studied about the Charnel Ground meditation and we started to study the first one, the first meditation in that set of meditations, Charnel Ground meditation. What is that? What is a Charnel Ground, friends? Charnel Ground is a place where in the Buddha's time people discarded the dead bodies. We will study about this topic in more detail according to the Satipaṭṭhāna Sutta. Don't be scared. That is the impermanence as we learned. And there is also enjoyment part, impermanent part, and actually we are studying these things to know about a relief, a escape from the pain. Okay? Not from the life, but from the pain that we face. Now, friends, in Buddhism, in the mindfulness, in the Buddhism, Buddha teach the primary object of establishing mindfulness to grow it is the body. Okay? In technical terms, the body is a form when Buddha explains that. Buddha technically explained the body as a form. Why? Because it is something to establish mindfulness. Okay? That is something we are always live with. We are very close to. Okay? But that's not the only important thing in our life, but our mind is what is most important according to the teachings. So the way that we establish mindfulness is by investigating the body. We keep investigating, we analyze our body, and we examine our body in order to know that true nature. Is said that once we realize the true nature of the body, there's nothing more to do to the enlightenment. So we become enlightened. Because in the Buddhist teachings, it's seen as the ignorance is the darkness in life. Ignorance is what brings us pain and suffering and distractions and negativity. So in order to live peacefully, mindfully, without negativity, we need to know the true nature of the body. So the tool is to investigate the body as a meditation. And we were studying the Satipaṭṭhāna Sutta, where the Buddha teaches us about establishing mindfulness to the body in different ways. And the last meditations are the charnel ground meditation, that is the observing a dead body. So it is said that the body gradually decays stage by stage, and we studied about the first one. Do you remember, friends, the first instructions Buddha gave to observe the dead body in the charnel ground?
The bloating body
Yes,
was the first one.
exactly. There are three main features in that body to be observed in order to know the impermanence. And Manfred, my friend, shared that. And you have a very good memory. Okay, here are the lines when Buddha instructed this to do that meditation. Again, bhikkhus, as though he were to see a corpse thrown aside in a charnel ground, 1, 2, or 3 days dead, bloated, livid, and oozing matter. Okay, 3 days spent, it's bloated, livid, and oozing matter. Bhikkhu compares the same body with it does. This body too is of the same nature. It will be like that. It is not exempt from that fate. So, this is a meditation that develops concentration, that develops mindfulness, and also develops insight into the true reality. Now, now just imagine, friends, when you do this meditation, you normally imagine, because we don't have opportunity to go and see a decay of a body. So normally, still if we do that as a meditation, by imagining it in our head, so that can show us this detaching knowledge, this liberative knowledge. It can show us, oh, this body has the same nature. It will change and it will go through this decay. Oh, I too have such a body. So my body's impermanence will be also like that. Now we are doing this when we are alive. We do this while we are alive. Why? Because it is a way to bring us the breakthrough into the true nature. So that cut off all the bondage that we have, the strong bond we have to our, not only to the body, but also to the mental states also. Because we carry greed, we carry hate, and we carry delusions. So these things also brings us problems. But when we see the true nature of the body, we release from the bondage also for the anger we have. Because if we have such a body that is changing, if others living with us also have such a body which is changing, why do we want to get angry? Evil thoughts about others, evil thoughts about us. It is said that in the teachings, once the enlightened Bhante say, who learnt about these teachings, he said that if everyone know in the world that they will gonna die one day, there will not be such a thing as a war, as a battle, as arguments, as clashes. There will no such things in the world. So why those things exist is because of lack of the knowledge about the impermanence of the body. So we carry anger and we try to make it permanent. So when we meditate, we see, oh, I have such a body that is changing. And a person who is lying on the ground in that charnel ground had also a body that I had. And he also had such anger in his life. He had attachments. He had greed in his life. But now it's all gone. He was no more. So this shows so many realities in life. This brings so many information about life. So that is why it is seen as an object of meditation. The corpse is seen as an object of meditation. Okay. Normally, when someone dies, people keep the dead body to 1, 2, 3 days. In some cultures, in Sri Lanka, normally when a person dies, so they keep the dead body for 3 days. And sometimes the casket opens, sometimes it's closed, and sometimes I remember the dead body is decorated all over the body, and there are some lights around the body. I remember while I was young that I saw that the body was like decorated with the lights like blinking and like different colors. We don't feel it's like a person who's died, but it's more like bringing kind of enjoyment, trying to see kind of enjoyment, and stopping seeing the true reality of what happened to this person and why this happened and why there is such a thing, why people are not always uh, live in this world forever, and why things change, why people gradually decay in their body, and why people come to these sicknesses. So these are opportunities for us to develop mindfulness. And now, after learning this, next time when we go to a funeral, it's an opportunity for us to develop mindfulness. Okay. Okay. Let's see the next second meditation, second stage of the meditation. 16. Actually, this is the second meditation. Again, now Buddha give another meditation. Goes along with the same, because when someone is going to the charnel ground, he see a different type of a body, because that person might expected 2, 3 days spent body, but if he doesn't see that, he will see this one again, as though he were to see a corpse thrown aside in a charnel ground, being devoured by crows, hawks, vultures, dogs, jackals, or various kinds of worms. A bhikkhu compares this same body with it thus. This body too is of the same nature. It will be like that. It is not exempt from that fate. Okay? Being devoured by crows, various animals. And this person observes, this meditator observes those moments, what is going to happen to this body when it is dead, lying down on the charnel ground. Okay. Okay. Now let's try to understand this meditation. Now, suppose now there is a dead body and a little bit spend longer in the charnel ground. Now the news go to the animals living in the jungles close by the charnel ground. A wolf go to another wolf and tell, you know what? Haven't you tried? There is a dead body lying in the charnel ground. Why don't you go and see? There is food. And some other wolves tells to the other animals like jackals and sometimes dogs. There are like wild dogs living in the forest, and they also receive this information. Oh, there is a dead body. Okay, let's go and let's try. There is food. And they come to the charnel ground. And this uh, fragrance, this smell goes all over the forest, and some other birds land on the dead body. And sometimes there can be other animals like crows and worms and flies uh, circulating around the body and landing on it. So this is the fate of this body. Okay. So one meditates. Oh, this my body is with the same nature. So the body will be like that. It has the same nature. It changes. And it is a very good food for the animals. As long as it is with the consciousness, it works. But when the consciousness leaves, it's a food for the animals. What are the animals?
Hawks and vultures and
Yes,
dogs.
dogs, jackals,
Uh, one
wolves.
day, one day I have actually experienced this after an eruption of a volcano in Java and in
Mhm,
Bali.
mhm.
And it was terrible. The dogs eating these corpses, the
Yes,
smell.
yes.
Now, 50 years later, it's still so much in my mind. So
Mhm,
when you see it, when you experience it, I
mhm,
think you have a hard time contemplating that
mhm.
you might be the same, that the same might happen to you or will happen to you. So it is an awful experience, I'm telling you.
Yes. I cannot even imagine like how much mental strength, mental power people those days had when they go to the Charnel Ground to
Right.
see such a thing uh, like in person, like changing it. And we cannot even imagine how much a bad smell is having in a dead corpse.
Was
So
that not also a requirement for Bandis to do that?
of course, but over the years we are only seeing the enjoyment and the attraction of the body. So we feel like we are become more emotional. Oh, why this should be seen? But actually, it is not false. It is true. It has such a true knowledge. And Buddha say, okay, you see that, and then you will give up hatred to the world. You see that, you will give up excessive greed to the world, and you will give up the delusion for the world. Because people do sometimes bad things and kill living beings, steal, sexually misconduct because of lack of this knowledge. If we know that, it will bring us mindfulness. It will bring us a clarity of mind. That's wonderful. When we see a dead body correctly, it brings clarity. Can you imagine that? It brings clarity.
But you have to give up an awful lot of sadness and repulsion, to become mindful.
That's
Uh,
why yeah, exactly. That's why
it's
you
a very
do
good
it over
habit.
and over again to see it.
Yes, yes,
Uh, yeah, we do it until our mind become very powerful, very strengthy. Because doctors, nurses, always, every day they see them, these dead bodies in hospitals. They always see those things. But still, there are evil thoughts among some people, carry some bad intentions about the life. So yes, friends. So it is not seen as a bad thing, but it is something to awaken us, and it will bring so much clarity and peace of mind. And this is the ultimate meditation. If we collect all the meditations previously we studied in the Satipaṭṭhāna Sutta, nothing equals to this, because this is very powerful, because it teaches us many aspects of life. This meditation teaches foulness of the body. Do you remember that 32-part meditation? It shows us directly to us, oh, the body is foul. And the next, it shows us about the impermanence. And also it shows us about the true, what else? It shows about the four elements. So this seen as an ultimate meditation to let go many distracted thoughts. And this brings instant and immediate relief from pain. I remember there is a story about a young boy who lived in Sri Lanka. So he was like going through a breakup. So he tried and tried and tried to give up these negative thoughts about himself, about the future, about the anxieties, what will gonna happen in the future to me, and nothing works for him. And what he did was that he did this meditation. Oh, this is the true reality. And miraculously, it removes his all the attachments, anxieties, depressions about the life, and worries and anger about the life. So it is seen as an ultimate meditation that's very helpful because the freedom is within us, true reality is within us. So yeah, but we should do more and more meditations on this in order to realize this because we won't understand this meditation after reading it once or twice or after doing a discussion, but after doing that meditation. You don't need to go to a charnel ground and ask for people, please show me a dead body. Because the Bhante in the class said we need to meditate. So now I'm waiting until you show us a dead body. Otherwise, he will get angry. No, but just make an image. Uh, okay, sometimes there are people who scare to do this meditation. Sometimes there are people who are too much sensitive to see this. Uh, but please let go all those problems, all those like negative thoughts. If they are invading your mind, just set aside and tell yourself, I will just do this until that I will get mindfulness and keep on doing. There is a major uh, power in the faith, in the trust in the Buddha, uh, in order to help us to do this meditation. Because the one who has that faith will do that. Because faith will stop all the fears, worries in life. There should be such a confidence, trust, and faith to do this meditation. Okay. You remember about this incident, what happened in the Buddha's time? There was a queen that heard about the Buddha's teachings. And she was married to the Bimbisara, the king Bimbisara. The king Bimbisara said to be an extreme emperor, and he had a strong confidence on the Buddha. But he was so much worried about the queen, the wife, because she is very much attached to the body and doesn't follow any spiritual path or doesn't meditate, only addicted to decoration. And she was so much disgusted about the Buddha and repelled about the Buddha because people in the city talking about the Buddha is criticizing the body. So she heard that. So she said, oh, I don't want to go and see those monks and those Buddhas because they are complaining the body. They are criticizing the body. I'm not a kind of person like that. I don't want to see those Buddhas. So she said. And then the King Pimpusara was thinking and thinking out of love, what can I do for this? How can I help her? Because this is the freedom that I'm touching, and I feel that I'm very content in my life. But how can I transfer this to my queen? And then this Bimbisara got an aha moment. Aha, okay, I'll do this. And he asked all the musicians in the palace, come, my friends, make beautiful songs about the monastery where the Buddha lives. And they made beautiful songs. And he asked all the drummers and trumpet conductors, like the people who play the music instruments, the guitarists, and go to the in front of the room of the queen outside the palace and in the garden, play beautiful music and sing these beautiful songs about the monastery. Like Buddha meditating, monks are walking, doing walking meditation, and flowers are bloomed, and flies like the sky is blue, the birds are flying, and they were playing a beautiful song. And now the queen heard this beautiful song and looked who is playing this song, and she saw the people saying about those beautiful things about the monastery. Now she really wanted to go and look what's there, because the musicians are saying so many good things. You see sensual pleasures. They were saying about the sensual pleasures for the eyes, ears, nose, tongue. Probably they said there are in the songs, whoever come to the monastery, they will get cheesecakes and they will get delicious food. Probably they said something they had at that time. You can go and eat that food. So now the queen really wanted to go. Now queen said to the king, my beloved, I want to go and see this beautiful monastery. But I don't want to listen to what they are saying, but I will just go and see. And then the king said, okay, I will definitely arrange you a beautiful chariot. You can go with the our drivers and you can go with the retinue, go. And then this queen went to the monastery. In the monastery, there was beautiful flowers around. And she was touching the flowers and saying, oh, a beautiful flower. Look, there is petunia. Oh, look, there is roses. Oh, there is also white roses and red roses. Beautiful. And now she was about to leave, but while she was going to leave from the gatekeeper said, oh, hold on, Your Majesty. You are not allowed to go without seeing the Buddha. If you go, you will go with fines. Then the queen said, oh, really? Do I really need to go? So then the gatekeeper said, yes, you should go. Then they went. And while this queen was entering to the monastery, Buddha was sitting on the meditation cushion, and there was beautiful girls around the inside the monastery. Some of them are bringing delicious like food, and some of them are like fanning the Buddha. There was two women fanning the Buddha. And there was a beautiful, there was really beautiful women. And now, as soon as this queen entered to that palace, that monastery, she saw this astonishing, like beautiful queen, like women, and she got jealous. Oh, those girls are more beautiful than me. Oh, who am I? Oh, I'm not that beautiful. Why am not that beautiful? Look, that girls are very beautiful. And it is said that the Buddha created them by the psychic powers that they were fanning. And there was a girl aside fanning the Buddha, and with the like brightly shining like body, gradually fading the body's appearance. And she started to wrinkle, and her body started to change its shape. The body's shape was changed. And now the entire body all over are like wrinkles, and the hair turned gray. Her body was changing gradually, little by little. Now, because now this queen's entire like senses are focused to this woman, and she sees it in front of her how the body was changing. It is said that using the psychic powers, Buddha made that person's body to change even more. And now her body was crooked. while she was fanning. And after a while, she fell down in the front of the Buddha and she was died. Now with the dead body, it won't stop there. It was changing. Now it come to this meditation, 2, 3 days bloated, oozing, and fluids are going out from the body, and it is changing even more. Probably it was shown that the birds and the vultures and for like the wolves and dogs are eating the dead body. She was looking at that, and while she was focused to that, she break through into this true reality of the body. Oh, I too have such a body that I'm having a conceit, that I'm having too much pride, that I'm attached to my body. Oh, I have the same fate. And she saw that. And it said that she was also became a stream enterer. Who showed me this? Oh, it is Buddha showed me this. And she became a stream enterer while she was seeing that. Okay? So impermanence helped her to let go the attachment that she was carrying. And it helped her to break into the reality. Okay, friends? So then, yeah, the King Bimbisara's the goal was attained, and he was really happy because of this change in her life, and because of that love he had to this queen. So he helped that way. Okay, friends. And then yeah, maybe they lived happily ever after without fights. Okay, friends. I think this helped you to do this meditation. Please do this meditation if it is possible for you. If you feel it's helping you, you can do that meditation. Okay, sometimes when I get angry, I think, oh, why do I need to get angry for a person who has this impermanence body? Her body will be discarded. Why should I keep the anger in me because that I have a body that is changing, and once it will die, it will go into the charnel ground. I don't know what they will do, but I'm pretty sure that the body has that fate, that impermanence. What are your thoughts?
Bunty, I was that last part you mentioned was really good in terms of, why should I be angry at a body that's going to not be here?
Yes.
I thought that was, I actually, I think that's very powerful. I still have a difficult time dealing with
Mhm.
the gore of it,
Yes.
but I could see the wisdom of
Mm.
the idea of it, especially even things like, people carry things from childhood and stuff like that, and
Oh, yeah.
one could
Mm.
really almost eliminate that if
Yes.
if you took on this type of thinking.
Yes. Yeah. The past, yeah. It was already
Mhm.
gone. Yes. That's a level of some level of wisdom that you can extract from this meditation. But there is much more to it. And it's a there's nothing more to do to the enlightenment, which means they will completely liberate from pain, from suffering, if they do this meditation. There won't be greed also, because sometimes we get greed about our life. As we learned in our previous sessions, the greed starts from the body. After we attached already through the greed to our body, we look outside, and whatever entertains the body, we start grabbing all of those things. If we see the true nature of the body, it is impermanent, it has the foulness, so it brings a different approach. So we liberated from the body inside in our thoughts, and we see the world with that liberation. When the time's right, we can let go.
So the real person,
Yes,
um, that's not the body,
yes,
um, that person doesn't really experience anger and that sort of thing, right?
Yes, that's that's correct. For some extent, that's correct. But not by abandoning defining yourself. I mean, like uh, like stopping defining yourself from the body does not mean that you completely liberate, because we can do that intellectually right now. We can think and over again in a system of thoughts that I'm not the body, I'm not the body, like that, without getting into the true knowledge. But when we get the true knowledge, the body stays there, and we don't suppress our feelings. We don't avoid us by thinking that I'm the body. They too have this perception. They have their body, and they are with the body. Instead, they have the knowledge. They have the knowledge of the reality of the body. I mean, somebody can like argue or debate, so you can attain that more easily, because whenever you feel sad, you can think, okay, I'm not the body. It's not my responsibility. It's not my duty, because I don't define me from the body through the body. That way it doesn't work in that way, but it should be an ultimate knowledge after contemplating over and over again, that one sees, okay, this body has this true nature. Because we cannot find anywhere in the teachings that Buddha say body is not the body. I mean, like they don't, Buddha doesn't say that I don't have a body. But instead Buddha say, I have a body which is changing. I have a body when once died, decay in the charnel ground.
So then after the body dies
Yes,
and is changing,
yes.
does Buddha still say he has that body?
No, no, no,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
no,
Okay.
no, no, no. Because Buddha say, you won't see me, you won't see the Buddha after he entered to the enlightenment,
Mhm.
physically or wherever he is. Like, you won't be able to see the Buddha. That's how he say. He doesn't say physically or mentally, but he
Right.
said once the Buddha died, you won't see the Buddha anywhere that we search for, because we never search for the enlightenment, like the Nibbana, where is Buddha in, like with the Buddha in the Nibbana, sorry, not Nirvana, Nibbana, enlightenment. But Buddha say you won't see. In the Brahmajala Sutta, he say, no one in the world can see the Buddha once he entered to the enlightenment.
Bhante, do you mean after he entered Parinibbana, Bhante?
Yes, Parinibbana. Buddhas actually entered to the Parinibbana.
Yes.
Uh, that actually that the Carol's question was that uh, he doesn't, like, it is a question that Buddha said, as an unenlightened being cannot find the answer, like some kind of 10 of questions that Buddha say can make speculations as an unawakened being if we start to find the results, because without doing the meditation, without understanding it. But normally, according to the Buddhist teachings, normally because of our actions that we do, we don't have a stop of our rebirth. Because with this body, we are keep on doing some actions which brings another body in the future. Because our consciousness is attached to this body, but it cannot move forward without a physical form. When someone do these actions, it produces a different body to be born in the next life. But it is samsara. But for the Buddha, he liberated from that. So consciousness blows out because he doesn't collect the karmas. So when one dies, because as we die, because we have actions we are doing, there are some memories, imprints in our consciousness according to the actions which shapes us, our consciousness, to be born in a different realm. It can be higher realm, it can be lower realm. That depends on the action. Buddha say action is your relative. Action is what chooses where to go. Action is your wealth. Action is your protection too. That's amazing. Like Buddha say, action is the protection, which means when you do the meditations, you do it by actions. And that will be your protection. That will give you a heavenly birth if you do it rightly. At least it can take you to another place where that you can continue your practice, because you have practiced that meditation here. So not just like for the queen, Bimbisara's queen, but for like the Bimbisara. Maybe the queen also had some meditations she did in a previous life. If someone gives some instructions, we will definitely break through immediately because we did that in a previous life.
You're saying that meditation is the action, and is this action actually possible or able to influence your karma?
The actions of meditations?
Yes.
Definitely. That's why
Yes.
we don't stop and give up these meditations. We should not.
So, with other words, you're practically able to choose your destination.
Of course, that is why there is something called virtue and generosity. Buddha said these both virtue and generosity protect you for a better rebirth. The actions, there should be a restraint over actions if we want to have a better birth in Buddhism.
Okay.
And the generosity also support that, observing the precepts. And the meditation comes after that. Meditations are the third.
No, virtue and generosity, this is in our lifetime, but we are talking now our consciousness
Yes.
that carries us forward, right?
Yes, consciousness carries us forward because of the actions.
Which are meditation.
Vegetation is one part only in the practice. Yeah. Noble Eightfold Path. It's a big topic. So may all the merits that we accumulated throughout this discussion help us to break through into the enlightenment, Nibbana, and may every one of us have all the protection and security, and may every one of us has all the support and good association to our lives up until that we attain Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu.
May every one of my friends has long life, happiness, health, beauty, and may you soon be able to attain the perfect bliss of mind. Sadhu,
Sadhu, sadhu,
sadhu.
sadhu.
Okay, thank you so much for joining. Take care, friends. Good night.